Another day, another story. Why we travel. It's 4:15 in the morning and my alarm clock has just stolen away a lovely dream. My eyes are open but my pupils are still closed, so all I see is gauzy darkness. For a brief moment, I manage to convince myself that my wakefulness is a mistake and that I can safely go back to sleep. But then I roll over and see my zippered suitcase. I let out a sleepy groan. I'm going to the airport. The taxi is late. And then the taxi gets lost. And then I get nervous, because my flight leaves in an hour. And then we're here, and I'm hurtled into the harsh incandescence of Terminal B, running with a suitcase so I can wait in a long security line. My belt buckle sets off the metal detector. My 120 milliliter stick of deodorant is confiscated, and my left sock has a gaping hole. And then I get to the gate. My flight has been cancelled. I will be stuck in this terminal for the next 218 minutes. My only consolation, a cup of caffeine and a sandwich. And then I will miss my connecting flight and wait in a different city, with the same menu, for another plane. And then, 14 hours later, I'll be there. Why do we travel? It's not the flying I mind. I will always be awed by the physics that gets a fat metal bird into the upper troposphere. The rest of the journey, however, can feel like a tedious lesson in the ills of modernity. From the pre-dawn X-ray screening to the sad airport malls peddling crappy souvenirs. It's globalization in a nutshell, and it sucks. And yet here we are, herded in ever greater numbers onto planes that stay the same size. Sometimes we travel because we have to. Because in this digital age there is still something important about the analog handshake. Or eating Mum's turkey at Christmas. Instead we travel because we want to, because the annoyances of the airport are outweighed by the visceral thrill of being someplace new. Because work is stressful and our blood pressure is too high and we need a vacation. Because home is boring. Because the flights were on sale. Travel, in other words, is a basic human desire. We're a migratory species, even if our migrations are powered by jet fuel and chicken McNuggets. But here's my question. Is this collective urge to travel, to put some distance between ourselves and everything we know, still a worthwhile compulsion? Or is it like the taste for saturated fat, one of those instincts we should have left behind in the Pleistocene epoch? Because if travel is just about fun, then I think the new security measures at airports have killed it. In fact, several new science papers suggest that getting away, and it doesn't even matter where you're going, is an essential habit of effective thinking. It's not about a holiday, or relaxation, or sipping daiquiris on an unspoiled tropical beach. It's about the tedious act itself, putting some miles between home and wherever you happen to spend the night. Let's begin with the most literal aspect of travel, which is that it's a verb of movement. Thanks to modern engine technology, we can now move through space at an inhuman speed. The average walker moves at 3 miles per hour, which is 200 times slower than the cruising speed of a Boeing 737. There's something inherently useful about such speedy movement, which allows us to switch our physical locations with surreal ease. For the first time in human history, we can outrun the sun and segue from one climate to another in a single day. The reason such travels are mentally useful involves a quirk of cognition, in which problems that feel close, and the closeness can be physical, temporal, or even emotional, get contemplated in a more concrete manner. As a result, when we think about things that are nearby, our thoughts are constricted, bound by a more limited set of associations. When we escape from the place we spend most of our time, the mind is suddenly made aware of all those errant ideas we'd suppressed. Furthermore, this more relaxed sort of cognition comes with practical advantages, especially when we're trying to solve difficult problems. We travel because we need to, because distance and difference are the secret tonic of creativity. When we get home, home is still the same. But something in our mind has been changed, and that changes everything. Thanks for watching.